Hi everyone, this is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and today's video is Win My Vote 101, just a basic introduction to what the platform is and how it works. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Win My Vote is a free voter engagement site where voters can sign up with just an email address or social media account, and without entering any personal information, just a zip code, we can create for them their own online interactive sample ballot where they can compare candidates side by side, pick favorites. There's also plenty of other features to prepare you to vote. So for example, you can check on your voter registration status, or you can even register to vote by mail or vote absentee where your state allows online registration. You can check on your voting districts, you can find your polling place, you can add what we call trusted sources, and those are groups and organizations that you trust. You'll be able to see their endorsements directly on your ballot. You can also reference important dates leading up to this election, like when and where early voting starts. You can add this ballot to any one of your online calendars so that you can get reminders in your own calendar. You can also print out the ballot or print out just your favorites. And favorites are those that you select, like this, and that you plan to vote for. So they'll move to the front, their nameplate will turn green, which makes it very easy to see on your cell phone. And you'll also see a percentage of how they're doing on Win My Vote. So it's sort of an ongoing poll. You can change your mind by simply clicking on the star a second time and they'll move back. You can also share your favorite candidate on social media, and you can even create a group. And this is very much like a Facebook group where you can create the group, make endorsements as a group for candidates and propositions and measures, and then you can share those, with your friends. So Win My Vote goes from the up ballot, the top national level races, down through the state level races, into the congressional districts, state senate and state assembly districts, down into the county level races, and then even the city level races like Board of Supervisors, school board, and then even some other more unknown or obscure races where they have community college board and those types of things. If it's on your real ballot, it'll be listed here on Win My Vote. So this way you can go up and down the ballot, review candidates, pick favorites, and sort of really manage your vote moving towards the election. We'll also have all the propositions at the state level as well as all of the local measures. And the way these work is that you can simply click on the proposition, you can read about the proposition, it'll have the actual language there, and then you can see groups and organizations that are supporting that proposition, and groups and organizations and even individuals that are opposing that proposition. And sorry about this, they all start as neutral, and then as you read through and listen to the arguments, you can choose yes or no. So for example, if I really liked Ethan Behrman and I followed him and our views are the same, I'd want to know what he feels about this proposition, so I can just click on it and watch it.
When does temporary mean temporary? Well, it doesn't here in California when it comes to money and taxes. We passed Proposition 30 back in District Board of Education. All other states have two, state level, district level. I say absolutely no. By the way, I have kids in public schools in California. I want the best public schools. I still say no on Prop 55.
And let's say you say, okay, I've after all the reading and the hearing of both sides and all that, you decide to go no with this, so you can go back to your ballot, and you can see here that it's nice and prominent, so that if you print it out, it's clear that you're voting no on it, or if you access it with your cell phone or tablet, again, it's very easy to see which way you're going on this. There's also a running total here. It looks like 13% are in favor, 7% are opposing, and there's still 80% of people that are on Win My Vote that have yet to click yes or no on that. So that's really important information for people that feel strongly about this proposition and would like to go out and advocate for it or share with their friends. And then also, obviously groups and organizations can sort of track how their proposition and their campaigns are doing as well. When it comes to candidates, you can click on the candidate here, and you can learn a little bit more about the candidate, some sort of basic information. You can also click down here and see full bios for a little bit of a deeper dive on the candidate. Now I'm in a admin mode, so these little edit buttons are popping up, so I apologize about that. The voter wouldn't see those. So you can click through and see their Facebook page or their Twitter account. You can also message them directly, or sign up to volunteer for their campaign, or even donate directly to them. You can hear direct messages from them, and these profiles are built by the candidates, so they have the option, for example, to choose whether they want to have an image there, text there, or a video there. And if they choose video, we use the YouTube share URL. So if there's a video up on YouTube, the candidate would simply click on share. They would get a little URL. They would do a cut and paste in here, and then that would play in real time here, so the voter could see that.
So I'm hitting the road to earn your vote.
And yes, I wish you would have said win your vote, would have been nice. But you can see the issue statements down here. Again, the candidate has the same option to title that. They can put text in here. They can add links or images or even videos. And then down here, they can choose whether they want a thumbnail image or to have a thumbnail of a video that plays. And again, they use the YouTube URL, the share URL. Here you can see there's groups and organizations that are endorsing this candidate. So I can scroll through there. And if I want, I can click straight through and hear the endorsement.
For more than a year now, across thousands of miles in all 50 states, tens of millions of Americans have made their voices heard.
And if I wanted to see all the endorsements, I would just click on all, and then I can, pick and choose if I wanted to hear some more. So if I wanted to hear, the American Federation of Teachers, I could click on that.
Hi, this is Randi Weingarten. As many of you know, your elected representatives, our AFT Executive Council, voted overwhelmingly to endorse Hillary Rodham Clinton for President of the United States of America.
And with that, I can favorite the candidate here if I want, or I can go back to the profile and favorite the candidate there, or I can go back to my ballot and I can favorite the candidate there. And then again, that would move to the first position if they weren't in the first position already, and it would turn green. So you can see here they're ranked by percentage, so that as a new candidate comes on, they can reach out to their supporters and tell them to favorite them on Win My Vote, and they can hopefully start moving up towards this. So this way you can really sort of track how your candidate's doing, and the candidate can sort of track their own campaign. So one of our aims at Win My Vote is to make make this site a level playing field where candidates can sign up, they can build their own profile, they can enter on to the ballot, they can get into the race, and they're side by side with the candidates that are the two leading parties and that are very well funded. So for example, the demo that I just did was through a candidate that had a war chest of I think $100 million for their campaign. As you can see, I can scroll down here and I can look at, say, a local school board and look at a candidate that's probably spent maybe $500, maybe $1,000 on their profile, and you can see it's pretty much the same.
We live across the street from an elementary school, but the district's assignment process doesn't care. Even though our schools are more segregated today than decades ago, many families have to drive across town every day to get to the best school they could get into, making traffic worse and
and then with that, I can say, I really agree with this guy, or I can, continue on and look at some other statements here, see where he stands on issues. I can message him and ask him. When I go back to the ballot here, I can make a comment about this race. I can click on the comment board and maybe I ask him, straight away, what's going on with this issue or that issue, and hopefully he responds to that. But I can also then favorite this candidate right here, and then now I know that I'm sort of done with this race, and then I can move on to propositions and measures and those types of things. So again, I have everything that I need here to drill down, listen to the candidates, compare the candidates, select favorites, build my ballot, and then obviously I can do things like, finding my polling place, seeing when early voting starts if I want to go do that, and a variety of other things. So hopefully that explains things. One thing I should show you is groups and organizations that make those endorsements. So we'll use the AFL-CIO. I looked them up as a trusted source or as groups. This is their group page, so I can get to know them a little bit better in where they stand on specific issues. I can see here that their endorsements that they've made, and then I have already selected them as a trusted source. So, but if I hadn't, you would see a star right here, and then I would click on that star, and they would be added to my trusted sources, so that I would see all of their endorsements on my ballot. So voters are free, and groups and organizations are free, and candidates are $99 per profile. So we hope that that's a dollar amount that no one will think is too excessive, and that they won't have a problem doing it, and then we'll get a nice robust group of candidates running for all the races on all the ballots. Thanks a lot. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to email us at voters@winmyvote.com. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.